station. But today we are coming to you live from Sally Kate Winters Family Services here in West Point, Mississippi. We're helping to promote Child Abuse Awareness Month. We've been hearing all the stories throughout the day about the organization and how you can make donations. You can do that over at sallykatewinters.org. And anytime you do that, you are making a difference in the lives of children that need their services. And joining us now on Good Things is Collen Hudson and Trina Davidson-Brooks. They are with the 16th District Attorney's Office, and they're part of the Multidisciplinary team. So welcome, ladies.
Hey, thank you for having us.
I am so happy the rain held off and you ladies could come out and enjoy this day with us and talk about all the good things that Sally Kate Winters does. And so how do you all, I guess, fit in with the approach here at Sally Kate? But then too, how did you get interested or how did you get connected to it? We'll start with Collen.
Okay, so Trina and I are both assistant district attorneys with the district attorney's office. So we prosecute felony child abuse cases, sexual battery cases against children, anything where a child is a victim of a felony crime. And so we got involved because we had an interest in it, right? We wanted our cases to be successful, the kids to get justice for the wrongdoings against them. So we started actually attending forensic interviews at Sally Kate Winters and watching those. It's like a closed circuit television, so we get to see it live, and working with the forensic interviewers about their questions, making sure that we're meeting all of our legal elements that we need to successfully prosecute the case. And then we became part of the multidisciplinary team, the MDT team. And
I like that so much better.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Is there a better way for agapacy? I can't say that word either.
And so with those, we have meetings where it's people from the DA's office, the youth court judge, social workers with CPS, and law enforcement officers, investigators, and we're sort of all put our heads together about where we are on certain investigations, prosecutions, and services that the children can receive.
Trina, this is not a light and fluffy area of law to have chosen to go down. What drew you to helping these children specifically in these cases?
Well, I think what drew me to actually helping children is that children are precious, right? I have 2 kids of my own, and to see children who are victims of some form of sexual or physical abuse, that does something to me. And when you get justice for those minor children that are involved, then that gives you some satisfaction that you're helping this child in this chapter and then try to rebuild and move on and grow up in a safe environment, as they should, because they are children and they need to be protected. And we're put in a very unique position, that we have to, I think of it as being guardians over those children when they need them. And we do our job to the point where we can provide that protection and then actually see them put in a safe place. And that's something that gives me gratification in my job.
Collen, you talked about the interviews that go on here, forensic interviews, I think. Explain that to those listening to Good Things, because I go back to just like CSI and all the TV shows, and and you're like, oh, forensics, like, hair follicles and toenails and all the things. And so, but it's not like that, right?
No, it's not like that, but they have, Sally Kate Winters has forensic interviewers, people that have been specially trained to interview children in a way that is going to be age appropriate for any developmental problems that they may have, specific to these children, what their needs are, and then also in ways that aren't leading and are more child friendly, to interview them, find out what happened, what the allegations are, and sort of pull that out of them so we can move forward with the prosecution.
Because I can't imagine being a minor, even the youngest to the old, whatever it may be, having something traumatic happen to you, Trina, and then be taken out of your home, even if it's where it happened, it was what was comfort, and then have all these other people start coming at you wanting and needing something from you. You mentioned it brings you great joy to know that they're safe. And I feel like that's what Sally Kate Winters is. It's a safe haven. It's kind of like, the opportunity to come and live in a little bit of a bubble for a little while, just knowing that there will be no harm here. How important is that for that child to then feel comfortable and then build rapport with those that are on their team to try to help get them justice?
I think it's very important specifically to develop the rapport with them, because if they're being sexually abused or a victim of physical abuse or sexual abuse, sometimes they will shut down because of the trauma and because of the abuse. But if you bring them to a facility such as Sally Kate Winters, where you have people, when you look at them, they give you this warm feeling and it's genuine, and they that's portrayed when the children see them. And so those children will come to a place where, you know what, maybe I can trust this female, maybe I can trust this person, maybe they want to help me. And then when those children see that and they're put in an environment where they can actually tell what happened to them, then we're able to get information from them. That's number one. That's the most important. But the second thing is, for that length of time, they are in an environment where they don't have to be scared anymore, and that they can trust that the people who are there, they're wanting to see them be better and they want to protect them. And that's all they really want at the end.
And that's how you can help too. Whenever you donate to Sally Kate Winters at sallykatewinters.org, you're helping to be a piece of this. Miss Carla mentioned it sort of takes a village. There's all these moving pieces. There's all these moving parts, and at the center of it, it's just that child who just deserves justice, but it also deserves healing. But it takes that child or someone being courageous, or at least being aware of what's going on, to even get it to your office in the first place, right? So what do you say to those listening that, if you see something, say something, or if you have a suspicion, it's better being safe than sorry in terms of speaking out?
Right. So definitely, if you see something, say something, because the truth of the matter is children are not sexually abused out in the open. It's something people do in secret. It's something they try to tell children, look, this is our secret. And so children don't disclose for a long time, or maybe they're so little they don't even know that they're being abused. So what we see in these forensic interviews is a lot of times it's just the children saying something happened, and then just the weight of this entire sexual battery case is on their shoulders. And Sally Kate Winters, through their forensic interviews, really helps to sort of take that weight off, because in the forensic interviews, they'll find out, all right, well, when did it happen? Well, it happened in the middle of the night. We're watching that interview, can tell an investigator, go check their school records around this time, see if they were sleeping in class. It happened while my mom was at work. Go see if their mom was at work, so we can corroborate that what they're saying is true, and just sort of alleviate some of this weight. Because, to sort of piggyback off what Trina was saying, by the time the children are being interviewed in a forensic interview, the trauma's already happened. So we can't protect them from that, but it is a pivotal moment for this not to be, the turning point to where everything started to be bad from there. Sally Kate has so many programs that they offer, screenings that they do to help the kids to where they're not defined by this moment, this terrible thing that's happened to them, but that they're able to kind of work through it, get help from the DA's office, the local law enforcement agencies, medical providers, CPS, other social services, and put it behind them as they get justice for it.
Trina, it just hit me. We talk a lot about prevention, knowing the red flags, keeping your kids safe, all this, but then I just realized when we all work together and we're able to help you ladies do your job and convict predators, it's also prevention from the next kid that was going to be on their target or sort of on their list, right? So getting the bad eggs off the street or out of harm's way is also an important piece of stopping them from being able to do anything else to someone, to the next kid.
Right, I totally agree, because like I believe Colin said, it takes a village to actually raise children, but it also takes a village to protect them. And once we go through, the child comes through the system, they're here at Sally Kate, we meet as an MDT team, and it's not just us, it's the law enforcement officers, the other agencies, and we're all also trained here at CAC for updates regarding sexual abuse cases, how to handle those. Once everybody comes together and work together and those cases are prosecuted, they're noticed in the community. The community sees, you know what, they're doing something over there. They're protecting children. And then that gives notice to anyone in our community that we are not going to tolerate people abusing children. We will prosecute, we will work together, and we will protect our children.
And give you the courage, again, if you see something, say something, because in all the stories I've heard throughout the day here at Sally Kate, it took the kid being courageous, it took a family member being courageous, it took either a teacher or a caregiver or just someone noticing something was off and having, the willingness to sort of speak up and sort of speak out. And then that's when the good work can happen with Sally Kate Winters, you guys there at the district attorney's office, and everything, all the moving parts. I mean, it would take the whole parking lot to put everybody in here.
That's right.
But it is a tough topic, but I just keep reminded of all the good things that are going on during those crisis sort of times, and that we should be supporting that. And you can support that at SallyKateWinters.org. You can donate there. You can learn more about how they're making a difference in the lives of children throughout their services, and you can learn more too. We got a little bit more of good things for you coming up next. Thanks, ladies.